Welcome to the House of Horrors.
Hey, what's up, guys? We got Dre and Spaulding here, and we got a good episode today. We're gonna do horror sequels, the good and the bad.
Yeah, look, this time I have more good than bad, so I'm not going to be complaining the whole time.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I tried to divide my list up into good sequels, sequels that are better than the original, and then I have a few bad sequels in there too.
Oh yeah,
So
I was able to find a couple.
I mean, there's definitely a lot out there, but I think there's a lot more good sequels than there is bad, especially in the horror genre.
Oh yeah, for me anyway. For me
Yeah,
anyway, I think I
yeah,
got more good than bad.
yeah. Well, there's with horror movies, like the horror genre. There's more sequels in the horror movie genre than there is in any other movie genre in the world. So, because you don't see Spider-Man 8, 9, and 10. You see Spider-Man 2, and then they reboot it a 10th time. So technically, that doesn't count.
No, I don't. Yeah. Well, we got like Puppet Master. What is this? 13.
Are we? I thought we were on 10. I didn't know we're all the way up to 13 now.
I think
Shit.
seriously it's like 11. Because they just made one with just the Blade puppet.
Somebody when I posted about Puppet Master 4 on my Instagram, somebody commented and was like, "Don't watch the newest one." So that's probably it.
Yeah, I've tried to stay away from the last few of those. That Axis of Evil, and I think they did an Axis Rising as well for the Puppet Master, and then they just made the whole Blade storyline one.
I mean, you told me when I first brought Puppet Master up, you said after 4 it kind of goes downhill. So, and I just finished 4 the other day, so now I'm scared to watch the rest.
Uh, Five will still keep you entertained, but Curse and Retro, I wasn't too big of a fan, but hey, they came in the box set, so I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, I got the first 9 in a box set too. So, and this is the second time I bought it once because I watched some guy on YouTube review the series years and years and years ago. So I bought all 9 of them and I never watched it, and then I sold it, bought it again, and I just barely was able to get myself to watch them. So now I got to finish the whole series.
Yeah, those were good for the times they were made. I don't think they hold up as good as they did back then.
At least not the first couple, but I got so in my better than the original list, Puppet Masters 3 and 4 are on there. I loved 3 and 4. I thought they were both really really well done.
All three is my second favorite. You don't like two, but two is my absolute favorite.
Yeah, I had a hard time with 2. I enjoyed. I don't. Sorry for the spoiler alert, but Toulon's part in it I thought was pretty cool.
Oh,
I I didn't really care for the rest of the movie. I think like the camera quality was a little off and the acting was a little off, but when I turned on 3, I was hooked. I couldn't look away from the screen. I love when horror movies like insert their storyline into actual historic storylines.
oh
And
yeah, man, that was awesome.
they took Toulon and put him into Nazi Germany, and like they had the antagonist be a Nazi doctor and a Nazi, but the Nazi doctor ended up kind of being a good guy in the storyline, so
Hmm.
I don't really know how that works out, but because it makes you kind of sympathize with the Nazi doctor, so you're sitting there questioning your own morality.
Well, did you at least see my favorite part from two with the little kid and the torch puppet?
Yeah, when he lit him up, I
Yeah,
thought that
that's
was
my
pretty cool.
favorite part.
I I, I was upset that the torch puppet wasn't in 3 and 4 because I feel like he would have really fit in those storylines.
Yeah, I hate they did away with the torch puppet because he was one of my favorite puppets.
I think 6 Shooter was a pretty good replacement for him. Just
Oh yeah, everyone loves Six Shooter. I just spent a lot of money getting his action figure as well.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think six shooter is probably my favorite out of them.
Yeah.
I like. I don't know the names of them. The one with the small head and the big hands. I really like him too.
Oh, Pinhead.
Pinhead.
He's my
Yeah.
sister's favorite. But I was always a six shooter and blade guy.
The puppet that comes in at the end of 4 is pretty cool too.
Oh, the one they created.
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
the name of him.
Damn, what was his name?
They said his name and they said that he was. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but when they brought him in, I thought that was pretty cool because they had Toulon helping, like kind of
Yeah.
walking him through it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. So I want to hear some of your sequels that you liked.
Let's start. Well, hell, the first one I got, of course, we got to do an episode on James 1 in the future, but I got The Conjuring 2.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That movie is phenomenal. The only part I didn't like was the little circus thing when it tips over and the giant like creaky guy
The
with the
Cricket
weird
Man
hat.
comes out.
Yeah, I wasn't. That part I thought it was cool, but I wasn't scared by it. I thought because Valak was in that movie too, so you're really being heavily overshadowed by one of the scariest creations of modern day horror.
Yeah, man, and that's what I liked about 2. It's because, it has you thinking what the story is going to be about the guy Bill that's, you know,
Oh,
hunting
Bill
the house.
Wilkins.
Bill Wilkins, and it's actually, he's up under Valak's influence.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just thought that movie was fucking awesome.
Great movie. Great movie. James Wan is just a phenomenal director, and his movies are. I think they're pretty top notch.
Top notch. I mean, me and my brother go back and forth because, he's like, well, now that I look at it, he's kind of repetitive and, he's just relying on jump scares. And I'm like, well, show me someone better.
I think when it comes to like jump scares and things along those lines, James Wan definitely perfected that craft.
Exactly. It's perfect.
I will agree that sometimes his storylines are a little redundant, but I enjoy him anyway. I'll watch like you can watch a million James Wan movies, and it'll always feel like you're watching a movie for the first time, even if it's the 10th time watching
Exactly.
it.
I recently, well, not recently, but some months ago, just rewatched the whole Conjuring universe up until the Curse of La Llorona.
Oh, you don't like that one, do you?
Um, Not as strong as some of the other ones, but he didn't actually produce, write, or direct that one. It's just basically his story.
Yeah, they dropped it into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly really liked that movie. It was the first time I watched it in theaters, and I was right up against the screen, and it got me
Oh
with the
shit!
jump. Yeah, the first time in like 10 years I've jumped watching a movie, so I was sold on it.
That movie actually made you jump over the other ones.
Yeah, I don't remember what part it was. It was towards the beginning, but I jumped and I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, "Holy shit!" And we had to go out and buy that movie on DVD as soon as it came out.
Oh,
So
I still enjoyed it. Still enjoyed it.
it doesn't hold up against like the Conjuring movies or the Insidious movies or Annabelle. I thought it was really good though.
What? Well, now since we're on Annabelle, real quick, what did you think of the third Annabelle movie? Because I know a lot of people didn't. Me personally, I liked it. They was like they didn't like the whole werewolf and shit like that in it, but I thought it was great.
Oh, Annabelle Comes Home.
Mhm.
We watched this the other day. I don't think I. Oh yeah, I do remember. I thought it was actually really good.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought because you had the girl in the striped shirt who really fucked everything up
Oh
for
shit,
everybody in
did
that
she?
house. But I thought it
But
was
hey,
really good.
what did she say on was that last week's episode we had? Where White people just can't help themselves. They just
Fucking
got to
yeah,
go explore that shit.
yeah. And I think most of it was too because she wanted to talk to her dad or something. Her dad, her late father, and then when the
As she
scene,
thought she did when she finally saw him.
yeah, and then it turns out he was yeah. I think Annabelle 3 was honestly better than the first couple. I
Oh
liked number
shit!
2, but I didn't care for number 1 that much. I thought
Well,
number
I
3 was
have a
great.
funny story, and I'm not sure if you've seen these movies. If you haven't, you should check this one out. The first one I could not take serious because of Marlon Wayne's Haunted House 2 movie. Have you seen that?
I saw number 1, I never saw number 2.
Google Marlon Wayans has sex with Annabelle.
Oh, I have seen the clip of that. Yeah.
So this was right around the same time Annabelle comes out, and I just couldn't take the movie serious because all I was thinking about was that fucking scene.
It,
But
it,
to James Wan's credit, he makes us all forget about that shit with Annabelle creation.
yeah. Annabelle Creation was fucking terrifying.
Oh man, that was the first movie that had me jumpy since I want to say the second Paranormal Activity.
I haven't seen Paranormal Activity 2. I had a copy of all
Oh
of them in my
shit,
hand yesterday,
bad
and I put it
ass.
down
Oh,
because,
you should have got that shit.
well, it was like $14 at FYE, and my girlfriend goes, "We found that for $10 at Target the other day. Same thing." And so I put it down, and I have to go to Target to pick it up because
I ain't mad
I
at that.
loved number 1. I watched that shit twice. We rented it. I watched it twice before we took it back.
Awesome. The first three are amazing. Four is pretty good. Too. I did not care for the Mark ones. Since we're on sequels, I didn't care for the Mark ones. I think in Ghost Dimensions just was a little too over the top, but it was still watchable.
Yeah, I'll have to check out 2 through 6. It's 6, right? They're on number 6
Yes,
now.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have to check out those ones. I really enjoyed number 1, so I figured the rest of them would be cool.
Oh yeah, man. And two just picks right up from there and just edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah, it'll. The first movie was really good. I thought it was a cool take on found footage films where it was all like the house
Yes.
cameras.
That was a good example of found footage, unlike that Blair Witch shit that they like.
Some if it's done well, found footage could be cool, but a lot of the times with found footage, like you never see the scary shit because something pops out and they shake the camera intentionally. It's just a way of making a movie on a low budget, I think. So,
I think so too.
but like if you watch like Chernobyl Diaries, that was a really good found footage film, and there's
I never finished that one.
I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. I mean, I took it with a grain of salt. I knew it wasn't going to be the best movie of all time, but I liked it.
Yeah, because everyone around me kept talking shit about it, so I just happened to catch it on cable, but it was in the middle, so I was like, oh shit, I just watch it from the beginning one day.
Yeah, it's if you watch it kind of going into it knowing it's going to be a pretty cliche found footage film, it holds up against a lot of the other ones.
Matter of fact, I might need to throw that in my download machine.
Yeah, you should. That's a great film. So, yeah, what did you think of Army of Darkness? That's on my list for good sequels.
Ooh. And I was thinking about putting that one on my not so good one because I like Evil Dead 2 better than Army of Darkness. I have Army of Darkness though,
I
just so I can complete it.
I think Evil Dead 2 was also better than Army of Darkness, but I thought Army of Darkness was pretty cool still. I feel like it was more of a comedy than, a horror, but
And that might be what it is for me. That might be what it is because Evil Dead is another movie that's really close to me, but it was still watchable. I'm not gonna say it was bad.
yeah. On my better than the original list, I actually have the Evil Dead 2. Even though I know it's technically a remake, I like the Evil Dead 2 more than I like the original Evil Dead.
Really?
Yeah, the first one, it was just
Oh,
too. I The thing that got me on the first Evil Dead was above the cabin. They had the moon, but it was superimposed. So you saw the blue outline of the square that they used to drop it into the screen. I posted about it on Instagram once, saying that it was my favorite like movie blooper of all time, and some guy commented and was trying to defend the movie, saying it was super low budget. You have to give him credit. And I said, I understand that, but it's still fucking funny.
I know, right? I mean, a lot of movies have that shit. It's okay.
Yeah,
Hey, we still love Evil Dead.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna end up watching it again. I think Evil Dead 2 was phenomenal compared to
Loved
one.
it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
What's another sequel you got on your list?
Let's go back to my list. Ooh, 28 weeks later.
Oh yeah, I think I saw 28 Days Later as a kid, and I bought 28 Weeks Later recently, thinking it was Days Later.
Phenomenal.
28 Days Later was made early 2000s, right? It was
Yeah.
like it was
2002, I believe. 2002,
yeah,
2003,
and it was
something like
recorded on that kind of shitty camera, but 28 Weeks
Mm-hmm.
Later was like a full production.
Oh, yeah. Big time budget. Because of the success of the first one. Man.
Yeah, I need to get my hands on 28 Days Later. So 28 Weeks Later looks awesome though. I have a copy of
Oh,
it.
man. It really is. Great movie. I won't spoil it for you, but great movie. I'm really looking forward to that third movie of that.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like 28 months later or something. 28 years later.
I think it's going to be 28 months later.
They gotta.
Last time I saw.
What was that? Oh, last
Yeah,
time
I
you
think.
saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I got a. Let's see. I want to do a good one next. I got Halloween H2O.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I loved H2O.
Second favorite in my series, and yeah, people probably gonna get mad at us about this, but I think that movie is better than the original.
I wanted to put it on that part of the list, but I was scared. I was like, I've already, poked the bear too many times with talking shit on Halloween 3, so I was scared to put it on my better than the original list.
But hey, to me, I think it is. I mean, there's a lot more action.
Hmm.
We see Michael do a shit ton more in this movie,
Oh, yeah. It gives
and
a little bit more of the history between Laurie and Michael. I thought that was really cool how, Laurie was on the run and
yes, I mean, it made that cat and mouse, and then she finally gets over the fear, like fuck this shit. I'm not scared of him anymore.
mhm, yeah.
So I loved all that.
And that's when I think Halloween H2O is when they started like because they had LL Cool J and H2O and
Yeah, Josh Hartnett. Yeah, had a pretty good cast too.
yeah, and then they had Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks and Resurrection.
We we will not discuss that one.
That's on my bad movie list.
Oh yeah, for volume 2 of shitty movies,
That's
definitely.
beloved.
I don't know how that missed the first episode because it definitely should have got in on that first one.
I I still enjoyed it. I didn't really care about like the web series thing that they were doing in that
I
movie.
hated that shit. I mean, and I get it at the time with in certain Busta Rhymes because he was almost white hot with his music at that time, but
Yeah,
I just didn't think he was a good fit for that movie.
yeah. I think I enjoyed his character the most in that movie.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
did, but I mean, maybe if it was more like a cameo role, or he's like a DJ or something like that, that just gets killed, or just like fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just honestly really enjoyed that they're taking like pretty. I guess they're bigger names to me, growing up because my sister watched that show that Tyra Banks was on, America's Next Top Model or whatever it was.
yeah, and I think that was around the time she started that too.
Hmm.
So
And so watching it years later, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking Tyra Banks. And then having LL Cool J and Busta Rhymes, two rappers from when I was growing up, I thought that was fucking
Hmm.
amazing. I loved
Oh
seeing
yeah,
that.
but the role that they had LL Cool J in the previous one, I
The
thought that worked better for him.
the Guard Shack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we see him, but he's not just all over the camera throughout the movie. It's spread out sporadically. Like, oh shit, forgot he was, in the movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was almost like a cameo. That's kind of what they did with Tyra Banks too. She was not
Hmm.
necessarily like one of the main characters, but then Busta Rhymes was a main character, and I thought I
It
think
was,
I think it's
to me,
cool that
it
they made
was
Busta Rhymes kind of like a badass in Halloween Resurrection though. So
yeah. But that LL Cool J shit was funny though, because I remember as a kid, I'm like, fuck, he's still on the phone with his girlfriend.
yeah, his romance novel scenes too, where he was reading the
Yeah,
romance
man,
novel
I
to her.
love that shit.
Yeah, I thought that shit was funny. He was just reading it to her over the phone while the shit's happening in the background.
All this shit's going on and it's still happening, man. I'm like, wow.
What's another remake or sequel that you got?
Nightmare 3, Dream Warriors.
That's on mine too. That one's on my better than the original list.
Yeah, see, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, that movie is incredible. The best one in
I
the
mean,
series, hands down. Well, besides the New Nightmare.
I'm taking it over New Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, part of like the original series because I feel like New Nightmare was sort of separated, but Nightmare 3 was definitely the best in the original series.
I mean, from start to finish, we get the shock ending with Nancy's death at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I even like the part where the Freddy Bones is fighting with the guy in the junkyard.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, that was before the all of Freddy's his kills started getting a little campy.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did you think of the Return of the Living Dead 2?
Oh, and I have all six of those, but yeah, I'll go with it. I like the second one over the first one.
Yeah, I think I just watched that one the other day. I was really, really confused because they used the same two actors from the first one, but they were different
Hmm.
characters.
Different characters.
So I thought, I mean, it was cool because there's a part in the car where they're driving and um, Joey or whatever his name was starts freaking out and everybody's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I feel like I've been through this before."
I love that
Yeah,
reference. Did you catch that?
yeah. Because I was really confused. I was like, "You have fucking been through this before. Like, why are you acting like you haven't been?" But then it kind of, I was like looking it up while I was watching the movie, and they're completely different characters.
Hmm.
I thought, I don't think it was better than the first, but I thought it held up pretty well against the first. So
Yeah, I, three wasn't bad either.
I
I throw three in there too.
I haven't seen 3 through 6 yet. I have to find them somehow, but I've only ever been
Stay
able to
away
find
from the rest after that.
4, 5, and 6.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's normally where it normally hits 3 and then it starts going downhill for most franchises. I've noticed.
Um, Either when they take too long to make them, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense, or it's just every 6 months they have a sequel coming out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It gets a little repetitive after a while. You can only do so much
because
with these characters.
that's what happened to the Hellraiser franchise too. It was almost like every 6 to 8 months they were releasing a DVD on demand.
Yeah, just pumping them out.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Hellraisers now. I can't even keep track. I have the first 6 or 8, and there's so fucking many of them.
yeah, I got the first eight, and then I showed you that remake bullshit that.
Oh yeah, it looks like the guy from Tim and Eric is playing Pinhead.
Yeah, come on, man.
Uh,
They got Pinhead looking like Rakishi out there.
yeah, holy shit, yeah, yeah. And it just it almost seemed that trailer that you showed me. It almost seemed like a scary movie version of Hellraiser. It looked like it was intentionally kind of corny and funny.
Yeah, man. And then they're using that like found footage slash recording throughout the movie. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, I think it's
But
about time that Hellraiser is put to bed.
the better version of a remake, the Hellraiser Judgment, it was pretty decent.
Is it the Judgment Day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. I was okay. Well, I can halfway accept this because this is more believable to be a remake than that Revelation shit.
Yeah, I think. Um, yeah, so Hellraiser Judgment. I haven't seen it. I'm trying to get a copy of it for not $20, but Paul Taylor plays Pinhead, and we
And he was
follow each
actually
other on
good.
Instagram. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. So that's why I was like, I gotta
Okay.
watch it because I've talked to him on Instagram before, and so I need to see, you know, how he handles the Pinhead character. He's a really like I've only like exchanged a few words, but he's a really cool guy. So I want to
Oh
show some
shit, that's
support.
pretty neat.
Yeah. Speaking of Hellraiser, on my better than the original list, Hellraiser 2. I like that one more than number
Oh
one.
man, see, we got the same list almost. Cause I had Hellraiser 2 on mine as well.
Dude, the doctor at the end, holy shit, dude. He made fucking Pinhead look like a child. It was crazy.
All of them. I mean, watching that for the first time and then recently watching it again, I'm like, damn, I just forgot how he just burrows over all Pinhead and the Cenobites and just made them look like shit.
Yeah, I don't even remember how they resolved it. I just remember sitting there thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, this one guy is making all of the Cenobites look like they're nothing, nothing at all. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was such a good movie, though. I think they did so much better on Hellraiser 2 than number one.
I Oh, they really did. And then I love the Leviathan storyline because that's how they actually end up getting rid of Dr. Chenard with shutting down the Leviathan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that I remember now. I think it was just like the first one was good, but I got tired of it just being Frank kind of pacing around
Yeah.
that attic for 3 hours.
That shit drags on for hours. I remember watching the first one. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves Hellraiser 1, and I watched it thinking it's going to be really good because I know what types of movies she likes, and she likes the action packed, a lot of stuff going on. And I was like, how the
Hmm.
fuck did you get through this movie when she can't even get through a Friday the 13th without getting bored?
Well, I will say with the majority of the Hellraiser movies, at least up until three, skip Bloodline and then Inferno, it's great storytelling.
Yeah, I think I have all the what is it, like 5 through 8 or something on a bundle DVD. So
Oh shit, that was a good deal.
yeah, I got 1 through 4, and then or no, I got 1 and 2, and then 4 through 6 is what it is. So
Oh, so you're missing
or
the
three,
third one,
three
Hell
through
on Earth.
3 through 6. Sorry, I'm so fucking confused. I have too many movies now. I can't keep track.
Hey, you like me now?
I don't know if I can catch up to you. You got way more than me. I'm only about 400 in. You said you got what, about 2,500?
Oh, that's just in horror.
Yeah. See, I got 400 including all of my other shit. So
Oh shit.
yeah. Well, it's a little bit more now. I went and picked up a few more yesterday. Got a copy
Yeah,
of Hatchet.
I saw that. You got the Candyman too, right?
So I've had a copy of Candyman on VHS for about a year now, and I've picked up Candyman in on DVD hundreds of times, but I always put it back because that movie fucked me up as a kid. That movie
Me too.
terrified me.
Hey, do not feel bad. Another funny story. You or none of our listeners do not make fun of me, but when I saw that shit for the first time, I needed a prayer to go to bed.
I can't even I can't even talk shit, dude, because even that opening musical sequence still fucks with me. Like every time I hear that song at the beginning.
Philip Glass, man. I'm like,
Mhm.
damn it.
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie though. So I had to get it, and I love the movie. I love the character. I love Tony Todd, and
Awesome.
it's a great movie. And I picked it up. It was $8. I was like, I have to get it. I can't say no this time. So I finally brought it home with me after all these years.
Yeah, man. I think I do. I have all three. One, two, and three.
Yes, I didn't even know there was another two until you told me the other day. It blew my mind. I thought there was just the one.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that you haven't saw two or three yet.
Yeah. Are either those good since we're talking about sequels?
A lot of people shit on two. For what reason, I'm not sure. I love the Candyman backstory because even as much as he terrified me in that first one, I'm just like, I just want to know how and why. And the second one gives you all of that. Why he got the name, why does he have a hook, the bees, they give you the entire storyline. Because they mention it in the first one, but the second one gives you the visual and the full story.
Damn, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the backstory that they give in number one, but I'm definitely interested in hearing the full thing.
Because as a matter of fact, the second one starts with the guy, basically telling the story. But later on in the movie, Candyman tells the story himself.
Oh shit! And
Yeah.
is it Tony Todd in the second one too?
Tony tied in the second and
God,
third one.
his voice, I could only imagine how scary it is. He has the
Man,
deepest voice I have ever heard.
I fucking swear, dude. And I'm just like, she's just standing there, just hypnotized the whole time he's telling the story.
Yeah, I gotta get my hands on those ones. I'm still trying to work up on on the classics that I've missed out on, so that one will probably
But
come later.
to help you out, the second one is super cheap. The third one, though, may give you a little trouble.
Yeah,
But I got a link for you. It may save you a couple of bucks on that third one.
yeah, I'm all about saving money with these movies. I'm normally on like Facebook scrolling through trying to find people selling DVDs once a day just to see if I can get my hands on some stuff. So, what's another sequel that you got on your list?
Oh yeah, let's go back to the list here. I got pick a good one off my list. Oh, Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Part four, yeah, with
Mm-hmm.
where we first see Tommy Jarvis as a little kid.
Tommy Jarvis storyline.
Yeah, that's where that starts out, and I really like the Tommy Jarvis storyline in Friday the 13th. So
Yeah, man, that movie just was. I mean, they give you the summary of the first three at the beginning, and just throughout that entire movie, it just fit for its time.
yeah, it's really well written. At least compared to the later half of the series, I think number four really holds up.
Reese, don't talk shit about me later. That was a good movie.
Reese is going to be all over this episode. I'm going to get a message from him saying, "Fuck Friday the 13th." So, speaking of which, I actually have Friday the 13th Part 3 on my list. So,
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, that was another good one too, though.
yeah, just when you first get you get your first taste of what Jason turns into with the hockey mask, and you
Yeah,
know,
he takes the fucking potato sack off.
yeah, he moves on. He's on to bigger and better things. So,
Yeah, I like three too, though.
3 was really good. I do think 4 is a really solid movie. So I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
Let's see.
best in the franchise. I go with that. Besides, Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, Jason Goes to Hell. I should have put that on my list. I don't know why that's not on there. That's
That's definitely better than the original too.
Yeah, that's the best one in the whole franchise. I think it's such a good movie. Really scary and full of violence and shit. What
I
America
may have
really
to do
needs.
right. I have to do a poll on my Instagram. why do people hate this fucking movie so much?
Yeah, I don't.
My brother keeps trying to tell me he just hates the whole Jason jumping bodies name, but I'm like,
That's
I'm telling you why he's doing it.
yeah. Well, they give like explanation as to why Jason is what he is. So I don't. I think that might. It's a little. It's different. It's different than the rest of the series, but they give you an explanation on to how Jason is invincible and immortal and why he kills, and so uh, I think that that movie deserves way more credit than it gets.
It really does. And I told him, your fucking opinion doesn't count because you like Jason X
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
fuck no. If you enjoyed that movie, you don't get to talk about the rest of the series.
Well, no, that movie was terrible. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it was too much. I didn't. It was just it was like that sci-fi channel is almost exactly like one of those movies. So
Just like that shit. And I know people are gonna say, well, you put him in your greatest horror character tournament to prove a point that people only vote on characters that they like because it didn't make any fucking sense that Reagan beat the Jason X but lost to the original Jason character.
yeah, and that's what we'll be talking about our next episode. We're gonna break those down. So that would be a good time.
Oh yeah, great time.
I'm gonna go a little B movie ish on my next one. It's Alive
Oh,
3, better than the original, I think.
ooh, I
Island of
haven't.
the
Oh,
Alive.
yeah, Island of the Alive. I haven't saw those in a while.
Yeah, I think I recently finished all three of them, and number two
Mhm.
was good, but It's Alive 3 was really cool. I think when they ship all the babies, I don't know what else to call them, off to that island, and
Mhm.
they like sort of form like a little, not like a community, but they thrive on the island and they grow up and turn into toddler versions of the babies that never get to survive in the first two.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I'm gonna have to pull those out from the back of the wall,
The,
so to speak.
the movies themselves they're a little harder to get through unless you sit down knowing, okay, I'm gonna have to watch this fucking really long, drawn on movie about a killer baby, and then you'll enjoy it if you sit down, go knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, I thought all those were pretty good though. I hate I had to buy them separately, but
Oh, you had to buy all three of them separately.
hell yeah. Me not waiting because sometimes you can look up on 2 packs or 3 packs even because I think they have a 3 pack now for that.
Yeah, that's the one that I got. It was a 3 pack. I think I bought it for
Oh,
like $25.
shit. Yeah, me not want to wait.
Yeah, it's
That was the same way with my next one that I got on my list. Didn't want to wait for them, and they end up releasing all 3 years later for way cheaper. But on mine, I got basket case too.
oh, Basket Case 2. I fucking want to see that so bad. I love the first one.
Yes, man, it was really really good. And the third one, just like It's Alive 3, Bilal has babies in the third one.
Oh fuck. I got to
Yeah,
see that.
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that shit is hilarious.
Oh man, I got to get 2 and 3. I fucking love the first one, and I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to hate it, but watching the whole thing, I like the storyline and I like the melodramatic acting from the main guy.
Hmm.
And Belial is just such a cool character, just like a little pissed off fucking
Cool as shit,
ham. Yeah,
man. Oh yeah, this is another character that Reese doesn't care for.
yeah. He every time I post about Basket Case, he always talks shit, and it's like,
Giant ham.
come on, dude. It's a Belial's a cool character who like what. Who on earth is like, let's make a movie about a monster that lives in a fucking wicker basket?
He's like, just close the basket on him.
Yeah, well, you can't. That little bitch is strong.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got a Basket Case movie on this list.
Yeah, man. The ending. I won't spoil it for you, but what better way than to end a basket case movie then that way.
Now I gotta watch
I,
it.
I was just fucking blown away. I'm like, they have to make a third one now.
That's one movie that I wouldn't mind seeing a remake on. I mean, remakes have been pretty abundant lately, so if they
Yeah, I mean, I've said the same thing. I'd be interested to see what they could do with that franchise or just the Bilal character himself.
yeah, because I think if they really sort of like dug into it and tried to make it like like they took the storyline but tried to make it a little scarier, I think they could really pull
Hmm.
off some cool shit with that.
Oh hell yeah!
So,
Especially like, oh well, that was in the second one, so I can't ruin it for you. But Dwayne does some sick shit to Bilal towards the end in that second one.
that's can't believe Dwayne's gonna turn his back on Belial.
But what leads to Bilal getting babies in the third one, Dwayne meets a girl that has a friend that's just like Bilal.
Oh fuck.
that
Oh man.
that shit was crazy, man.
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, you
picturing
gotta check
Belial
it
with
out.
like red lipstick and like a blonde side ponytail. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh shit! So you've seen it?
Is that what she looks like? Oh man.
Exactly what she
No,
looks
that was
like.
just like what popped in my fucking head. I didn't think that's actually what she looked like.
That's exactly what she looks like.
Okay, that I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it now. If like a joke that popped in my head and that's exactly what it is. Fuck.
Man, that was spot on.
Damn. What did you think of? Did you see Doctor Sleep yet?
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
So
I have it, but I have not seen it. But everyone has told me how great that fucking movie is.
that's on my better than the original list, and that's saying something because the original is The Shining.
Right.
Doctor Sleep, dude. Holy fuck, is that movie a trip? That movie is something else, dude. We watched it, and the second we found it in stores, I think we paid like $25 for a DVD copy of it because of how bad we wanted it. And damn, dude, that movie fucking blew me away. Easily the best movie of that year.
Oh shit. Yeah, I may have to. That may have to be my watch for tonight. Then.
Yeah, you got to tell me what you think of that because I fucking because so the original The Shining, I've been reading the book, and the movie leaves out a lot of stuff in
It
the book.
does. It really does.
You know, because it's supposed to be why did I just forget the kid's name? The kid.
Um.
Oh, this always happens to me. I'm terrible with names. I'm so
It's
fucking
gonna
bad
come
with
back to
names.
me.
And it's like I'm
It's
even
gonna
reading the book, so I should know what his fucking name is. Danny.
Danny Lloyd.
So Danny is like the main character in the book,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't really touch on him a whole lot in the movie.
Mm-mm.
But Doctor Sleep, he comes back as the main character, and they touch on his psychic powers a lot
Oh
more.
shit.
Yeah, so it's you definitely need to watch that one as soon as you can because it's fucking incredible. It would work even as a standalone movie, not even having seen The Shining.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out tonight.
So
Most definitely.
all right, let's hear another one from you. I'm interested for the rest of your list.
Hmm. Let's go back to my list. I got for this one. A lot of people gonna like this. Devil's Rejects.
That's on mine too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie. I don't think it's better than House of a Thousand Corpses, but I thought it was a really, really, really good movie.
Great fucking sequel, man.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, they get a lot of love too.
The
Five. Oh hell yeah.
oh yeah, they're super unique characters because all three of them have their different personalities and they're kind of
Mm-hmm.
based loosely off the Manson family. So you know how everybody likes to tie everything to them. So
Exactly. But, no, I can't. I can't put it up House. But it was a good sequel though. Good sequel. I'm just gonna list that one just because it was a great fucking sequel. But House of a Thousand Corpses was amazing.
Yeah, I do think that. I mean, I think they're pretty even in comparison to how good they are.
Hmm.
I just have a really special place for House of a Thousand Corpses because that's the movie that got me really into horror movies. So I don't think I can
Oh,
put
was
anything
it?
above it. Yeah.
I think it got me because I had low expectations when I rented it. I'm like, what? Well, let me check this out. I don't think it's gonna be about much, but I check it out. I was blown away.
Absolutely. It was a really good
Blown
movie.
away.
Let's see. I got some other stuff on here. What about Creep Show 2?
Oh shit! I wasn't looking for you to go that route with that. Not as good as the first one,
You don't think it's as
but
good
I
as the first?
no. But I love it. Love it. The the raft and the hitchhiker.
Yeah. Great
Love them.
stories. The only one I
Love
didn't
them.
really care for was the wooden Native
Chief
American.
Woodenhead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the raft one it was surprisingly pretty
Man,
scary, you know, even though it was literally just like a big blob of gelatinous whatever the fuck floating through this lake.
I'll just, but you know what? One of our cliches is in there too. Or did we touch on that one?
Which one is it?
You know that they're stuck on the raft, and then the guy just had. You know what? She's pretty hot. I'm just not noticing how hot she is. Let me try and make out with her.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when she realizes it's coming through the board, the
Yeah,
cracks of the board.
underneath.
What the?
It's like
Who would think to do that shit?
it's how is there always fucking time? Like that's my biggest problem with Halloween 3 is they're like, let's solve this mystery. But
That's what it was.
first,
You were mentioning in Halloween 3.
yeah, I don't think I've ever thought that like in a scary situation where I'm like, you know what? Let me get it in real quick, and then we'll get back to what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah, we'll go back to being scared later.
Yeah, there's time to be scared later, you know.
Because, at first they were like how cold they were and scared. And then now all of a sudden they're not cold. They're not scared.
Yeah,
But
I uh, that part did kind of bug me, but I thought Creepshow 2 was really good. I love the hitchhiker story because
oh, man.
the
And I'm so pissed. My sister got this guy that does custom figures.
mhm.
And she just got the custom figure of the hitchhiker.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
yeah, I felt like that story was better to me than any of the ones in the first one, besides the water zombie one where they were burying them in the beach.
man. See, the first one just has too many iconic scenes for me. I guess because that was the first horror movie I ever watched.
Oh, was it?
Just
I didn't know that.
yeah, first one.
That's true. It
A
does
lot
have
of
a
people
lot of
think
good.
it's Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons was my second horror movie I had ever watched.
Yeah, I figured Night of the Demons was your first because I don't think I've ever met anybody who even knows Night of the Demons, and then I met you, and that's like
Mhm.
the movie you fucking know the most about out of anything. So
Oh yeah, I could tell you shit about that for days.
yeah.
But yeah, Creepshow was that first one, man, and the Jordy Verrill story, Mr. Pratt with the damn cockroaches,
Oh
the
yeah.
crate.
The crate. Yeah. Actually, now that you're talking about it, I think you're right. And Creepshow 2 is not as good as Creepshow 1, but it was still pretty good.
Oh, well, I still love it. Still love it. But we're the same with the Chief Woodenhead. So I mean, it was okay
Yeah.
to open the movie, but those other two stories were fucking awesome.
Yeah. I feel like with Creepshow 2, a lot of it was more or less like shitty people were getting their just desserts, because the first one, it was those shitty kids robbing the store. And
Hmm.
then the raft one, that dude tried to molest that girl. And then the third one, that lady did a hit and run. So it's just, it was everybody just kind of getting their,
Just getting the shit back.
yeah, which I thought was really cool the way they did that. But part Creepshow 1 did, now that I'm thinking about it. it did have a lot of really fucking good stories.
Oh hell yeah!
The only one I didn't care for was the "Where's My Cake" one, just because I was like, why is this zombie running around saying "Where's my cake"? That's not fucking scary.
Bedelia, where's my cake?
Yeah, it's just like I was like, what the fuck is going on? My girlfriend tapped out, I think, right after that part. She's like, yeah, I can't finish this.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Yeah, and she didn't even want to watch Creepshow 2 with me because of the first one. So
Oh, see, we're gonna have to have a discussion with her.
yeah, she likes ghost movies and she likes supernatural shit. She's not crazy about like old campy 80s B movies. She'll
Mm-hmm.
watch them, but she doesn't. That's not like her go to like it is for me.
Oh, that's
So
just amazing if you hit on the right one.
yeah, the storytelling is always just way better in the 80s because they take so
Mm-hmm.
much time to tell the story.
They break that shit down. So is it my go?
Yeah, I want to hear some more of yours.
Oh, I got Child's Play too.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's I've seen the first, I've seen the remake, I've seen the Curse or the Bride of Chucky. Haven't seen number 2.
Spaulding, what the
I
fuck?
have it. I just haven't seen it. I'm still trying to catch up.
Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, way better. But I think it's because in the first one, they kind of try and somewhat keep it a mystery
Hmm.
and have you almost guessing like, is it the kid just exaggerating or shit, is this doll really doing this shit?
Yeah, that's like another one of those cliches where it's always the parents never believe the children.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought number 1 was pretty cool. It's as long as it's not that fucking remake that came out a couple years ago, it's a good
Oh
movie.
my fucking.
I think.
That shit doesn't even belong in the same horror verse with any of the Child's Play
Oh,
movies.
absolutely not. That movie was fucking, as you would say, the dripping shits.
Very much.
Yeah. And I thought like I was enjoying it while I was watching it, but the second I got in my car, I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, see? Wait, you went to the movies to see that shit?
Yeah, we went and saw it as it came into theaters. We used to go to the movies like every week, and we would just see whatever looked the most appealing. And at the time, that was the only thing out, so we had to see it.
Do you have Cash App or PayPal?
PayPal.
I'm gonna PayPal you your money back. That's how bad I feel for you right now.
Oh
That you
shit.
spent money to see that shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Part of me really wants to buy it too, just to have it in my collection, but I can't bring myself to paying money for it again.
You spent enough.
Yeah.
You spent enough.
So if any of our listeners want to just send me a copy for free so I can have it without paying for it, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know in my DMs and I'll send you an address. Just kidding.
I mean, I could send you a copy, but why would you want it?
I I have bought in so many movies just because I needed them in my collection to finish the series, even though I didn't want it. Um, it's just one of those things. I'm a collector at heart. I have to have it, even if I don't want it.
I can understand that. I can understand that because I got American Werewolf in London, and I remember as a kid, my mom always talking about American Werewolf in Paris. That movie was fucking terrible.
And you bought it, right?
And I bought it thinking it was good because I remembered her talking about it.
Well,
And I'm like, what the fuck was that?
that's a different thing though, because if it's nostalgic, it's a completely different story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you think of this one? I don't know if this one would really fall into the horror category, but Gremlins 2.
Oh, Gremlins 2 was good as shit.
Yeah, great movie. I thought
I actually have both of those.
I saw Gremlins 2 as a kid. I watched that like fucking 40 times, and I just barely
My
saw
God,
Gremlins 1 a few months ago. But Gremlins 2 is
we
still just
used
so
to
much
rent
better.
that shit all the time.
Great movie. It's got like a perfect mix of comedy. It's a little scary, you know. So
I think outside of Night of the Demons, I think I always had The Gate and a Gremlins movie in my rental package.
I still haven't seen The Gate. I gotta see that. I got
Gate, fucking
my
awesome.
buddy Tyson has a copy of it that every time I go over to his house, I look at it and I'm like, I wonder if he'd notice if I just slid this into my bag.
Gate Gate 2, since we're on sequels, is nowhere near as good as the first one, but I still have it though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just another thing. Like with the being a collector, you got to get it no matter what.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah.
Is there we're about 55 minutes in. Is there any other movies you want to bring up before we tap out of this episode?
Uh, I know some people are probably gonna give me some heat for this shit too. But as much as I like the Scream movies, I just thought they were basically all the same, so I couldn't just distinguish which one was actually better than the other. So I kind of got the whole Scream series just even across the board.
Oh, absolutely. They're all.
'Cause I know people. Well, hey, you didn't mention the Scream movie.
I haven't seen 4 yet, but we've been working through them this last week, and 2 and 3 are equally as good as number 1, and that's like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of weird that they're all like exactly as good as the other ones. So
So you agree?
mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
I did.
can't really just say one's better than the other one.
Yeah, because they are pretty similar. We actually talked about this last night with my friend Tyson. Um, I do enjoy that they're the same, but it's always a different killer at the end, and so the whole time you're trying to figure out who's who. And
Yeah, then see, I mean, that's the only thing that stands out with each one. Like, fuck, who's doing this shit this time?
mhm. My girlfriend will always like part way into the movie, she'll go, "Okay, so who do you think it is?" Every time, and I'll be like, "Well, I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out at the end." But what about Scream 5? You excited for that?
Yes and no, because I mean, I'm just at the point now. Okay, who's left? Because we got confirmation that Nev Campbell's coming back as Sidney Prescott, but I'm just like, okay, who the fuck is after her this
Yeah,
time? Like,
really.
she should have killed everyone now.
Fuck. If I was her, I would have killed myself. I'd have been like, I can't handle this. And I'm not trying to advocate for suicide, but holy shit, dude, you can't fucking get away from it. It just keeps happening.
It just keeps damn happening. I'm like, man, and that's what's gonna surprise you about Scream 4 when you watch it. I'm just seriously, that's where we're going this time.
I'm nervous because I was scrolling through Facebook and somebody posted all 4 of the killers on a picture and was like, "Who is your favorite?" And then at the bottom it said, "Sorry for the
Oh shit!
spoiler alert." And I scrolled past it as fast as I could, and then I went back and I commented. I'm like, "It's not a fucking spoiler alert if you put it on the picture, you dumbass."
Right.
So as long as it's not Dewey, I don't fucking care who it is. It can be Gail Weathers. It can be fucking Sydney's dad. I don't give a
It,
shit.
it, it's funny that you say that, but I'm gonna drop this little hint on you just to give you some expectations of what you're gonna get. You know that Spider-Man meme where it's like 3 of the same
Yeah,
Spider-Mans
yeah, yeah.
forming? Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
that,
Uh, you know,
that's what you're getting in the 4th one.
you know what'd be cool though is if they somehow brought Randy back and he was the killer from because he died in number 2, and
Man, you know what? For a minute, they even hint at that shit.
that it was Randy
Yeah.
in number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, because they kind of brought him back in number 3 with that little video hinting at how to find the killer. So I was really
Mm-hmm.
hoping he comes back somehow again.
Cause I'm like, oh shit, did he die?
I mean they made it pretty obvious, but at the same time, like they didn't.
So I'm gonna tell you what I did. I paused the 4th one in my living room, and I go in my bedroom and I put the 2nd one in. And I'm like, no wait, but they showed him dead. So what?
Oh shit! So you're on detective mode right there.
Yeah, man, I'm on detective mode. I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm like,
He's
damn.
like, hold on, I'm gonna bust this fucking case wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. So we're about an hour in, so I think we should maybe wrap this one up.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for that one, man. I hope you guys enjoy it, man, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah, see ya.